Hey,
What's going on?
uh, just chilling here in the mountains, really. Just kind of having a go of it,
Yeah.
you know? What do you got going
These,
on there? I want to do that.
yeah.
That seems fancy.
I almost want to have it tilted a whole different way.
Well, I mean, you can do however you want to. I kind of like this.
You know what?
Hmm.
Before we're rolling, I think what I'm gonna. Oh, can I even?
I don't know.
No, I can't.
What?
I suppose I could go like this.
Why don't you go the other way?
Cause I can't. Oh shit, that's a problem though. Okay, hold on.
Well, I mean, you can go like this. And then you can go like this. Look, I don't know, man.
I do. I know what I'm doing here.
You sure do.
I got this all figured out. It sits like this. Yeah. Yeah, that way it's not so in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how you feel about
I
it.
feel fine. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. You like it.
I like this.
You like a long shaft in your face.
Well, apparently you like a head in your face because that. from
It's
this
not in my
angle-
face though. It's
From this angle, looks
it's,
like a.
it's out of
just
my
a nice
eyesight.
Little. It's out of my eyesight too. It's the same peripheral, dude. Like,
All right, cool. Well,
it's just different angles.
yeah. Now we know
You
how
know
we
what?
feel about it.
Well, now we do know how you feel about it.
Let me ask, how do you feel about North Carolina? You've been here now for, what, 4 months, 3 months, something like that?
Yeah, that's true.
And you and I, we both drove RVs down here. Fortunately, your family said that we could stay with them, and that was great. They
It's a
were like,
blessing,
you know,
really.
this is our first time ever escaping Minnesota winters, both of us, for the entirety of winter, basically. I say the entirety, but we were there when it snowed.
We left like a couple days after, I
Yeah.
believe.
Well, it
But
snowed.
there was snow on the ground.
It snowed twice. It snowed and then it melted and then it snowed again and then we were fucking out of
Yep.
town.
And the best part is
Hmm.
that, well, people can't see us at home. You can see our silhouettes. Hello. Look
Yeah.
at- Anyway, we basically experienced what we left in Minnesota as
Mhm.
far as weather
Mhm.
as the harshest that it's been here in North Carolina.
Yeah, the coldest
the
it's
coldest
been here.
and the snow on and on. It's snowed a couple times,
Yeah.
but then guess what? She gone.
Yeah, it got this year. It got down to like 7 degrees here, maybe 17. It really, I don't think it dropped below 10 degrees more than like 3 days so
Yeah.
far. And
Yeah, and, yeah. Maybe
that was like New Year's.
yeah, end of December,
Mhm.
early January. That was not bad considering how long winter is. I
Mhm.
mean, in Minnesota, that's where we're from, and that is insanity.
Would you
Absolute insanity.
Would you ever have imagined that rain would have been such a factor here?
You know, I never would have imagined
You
that.
you didn't consider it before
well,
you came here.
I mean, hindsight being what it is, all the signs were there. The Smoky Mountains, they're smoky for a reason. It ain't because of all the moonshine stills in the hills.
It's because they're horny. They're wet. The hills are horny.
You know, what the fuck? That's why it's the Misty Mountains. It
It's
stays
misty.
moist out
Yeah,
here.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it stays moist out
Yeah.
here.
This whole place
This whole
is
gamut
like a
of,
yeast
hills
infection.
is like a yeast infection. No, what?
it's so damp.
A lot of yeast growing.
Yeah.
That's why they make so much moonshine.
Yeah.
No, it is rainy here
Mhm.
in the winter,
Mhm.
and in a way, it's just as depressing as being stuck inside when it's negative 20 degrees out and blizzard.
Yeah.
Of course, it's never really a blizzard at negative 20, but
I think what it comes down to is cold, whether it's 40 degrees
Yep.
or whether it's 20 degrees.
It's all relative, man.
Nobody wants to go outside with us.
Yeah, nobody wants to go outside 40
Not
degrees
70.
and fucking raining. Sweet.
60.
Can I get wet and be cold?
50 and sunny. People go out in 50 and sunny.
I tell you what, I'd be curious to know
Mm-hmm.
what the hypothermia cases are comparatively,
Hmm.
because
It
when
sneaks up on you here.
well, it's not just that it sneaks up on you. When it's 40 degrees and damp out, you're gonna get hypothermia. You're gonna you can get pneumonia, easy,
Yeah.
right?
Dude, you were looking kind of sickly. I gotta say,
Was I?
when I visited down there at the Valley in Eden, yeah, man. Every time I come down, you look like you were fucking going through the flu.
Really,
Yeah,
really.
your eyes were puffy. Yep, you had a lot of redness in your face. Your eyes were like just bloodshot too.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
I was starting to become feral.
I'm glad you pulled through.
I was starting to become feral, dude. You know,
You
dude. You should have heard the Sasquatches and me, man. We were hollering together.
Oh, did you find a partner to hoot with?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, that's great.
I was woo, and I'd hear
No, really?
a couple times.
That's so cool.
It's probably just the neighbors.
Of course. I'm so glad they partook, though.
Yeah.
And
No,
like, if you were in
it freaked me out for a second.
Mhm. Would you do it back?
I did.
No, like if you
if I heard a Sasquatch,
Yes.
I would definitely do a Sasquatch
see.
call.
I think most people would.
Yeah, it's like the those videos out there that you see where the guys are with their girlfriends and they're in Home Depot and all of a sudden they're like, ooh, ooh, ha, 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 and all of a
Yeah.
sudden they pause and then they hear the ooh, ha, ha,
Oh
come
yeah.
back, you know.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like I might have been an OG originator of that. Chad Johnson and I, we used to go to Kmart all the time.
Shout out to Chad Johnson.
Yeah. And we did this little whistling thing. You could probably do it where you put your thumbs together and
I can't
you make
do
like a little cup out of your hands and you blow some wind.
Damn, I can't do it. That's pretty good. I'm impressed.
You could do it great. And if we couldn't do that, we'd make louder noise. We'd always be doing that shit at Walmart.
You know,
Before the day and age of cameras.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a similar thing.
Would you pioneer?
Janae Martinez and I
Mm-hmm.
had quite the call. It was
Mm-hmm. That's called a crack whistle.
no, it was the coquille. Coquille.
So pretty
So
close.
the coquille. These frogs were high. No, it was a Amazon forest frog, tree frog, that's only found in Puerto Rico, and they make the noise.
Mm-hmm.
So we would use that to find each other in the store. We'd also use it for the dogs. The dogs answer to it like that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like a two-tone note, and they know it's time to come back. You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dogs are pretty smart like that.
Yeah, they can come to call.
Mhm. Well, they look at they know when you say
Better than humans do.
they can remember when you say ride, right?
Well, but it's not the word. It's
Park,
like the
walk. You
it's
grab the leash.
sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably comprehend way more than we even know. You've seen those dogs now with the little outside walk.
I seen a cat doing one, and I was like, "You fucking got it. That's not a thing.
This cat's tripping.
That's not
Rainbow
training. That's a luck."
curtains.
Yes. No. Like, where's Daddy? You know? No, he's
Okay.
gone. Yeah. No, I don't know.
I don't know about all that, but like walk,
Mm-hmm.
food.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
basic commands.
Mm-hmm. So that goes back to that thing we were talking about, Carl Sagan and the dolphins.
Oh no!
We're not going to go through the whole story because everybody knows.
Everybody
people
knows that
Uh,
what happened was back in the day. Carl Sagan had a research group, right?
Well, he gave
money to research.
he gave
how
a
intelligent-
recommendation to have this research group after saying that we couldn't communicate with aliens if we wanted to. We've got millions of species on our planet, and we can't even communicate with the smartest one. So
Right.
they started, So anyway,
So they started jerking off dolphins,
the point is,
masturbating dolphins for performance,
yeah, they did that.
sexual gratification.
The point is that through this research,
It's
you know,
true. You should look that shit up.
they were trying to figure out ways in order for dolphins to understand English, and then he came back and he's like, dude, no, we're the smart ones. We got to figure out how to speak their
Dolphin,
language,
yeah.
you retard. We're not here to train these things to fucking speak English. So now we're talking about cats and dogs being able to use these things like primates can do too. They got the do in the sign language, right? So
You know what's interesting about that?
giving cats and dogs a voice, that's training them to use English.
It's true. But at the same time, think about this.
What's that?
Pleasuring dolphins aside,
Mm-hmm.
the evolution of dogs and cats, man. They're like, because the eugenics that we perform
Yeah.
on dogs and cats and house pets.
Yeah, you pick out the
You pick
most
out if you
the
keep
least
picking
dominant
out
ones.
the smartest dog and the smartest dog, and having intelligent puppies.
I think so. That tabby cat that I had, Bubba. I think.
He was inbred.
Well, I think he was on that like extra chromosome to be like the one that they would choose to breed, because he was less dominant. He was a preferred color, like a bright orange. Like people don't want those gray striped cats, you know.
Yeah, those are a dime a dozen.
No, you want a bright orange tabby like Heathcliff or Garfield, you know. And
He was Garfield.
so I think that the genetic of that was probably, that's the one that Mother Nature is like, oh, let's make a cute, adorable one.
You know what one I want? I want
Is
a
it like a
tiger
leopard
striped
cat?
fucking cat with the black and the orange. Where's that at?
Oh, like a legit Heathcliff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a real cat? Can I get one of them?
That's like real tiger shit, you know? Like a bright orange and a black mix.
But if
you know what
keep
you could
taking-
probably get? You could probably get a cat that's a tortoise shell or a calico that
has the orange and black in it.
and doesn't have the white in it at all,
Right.
except maybe on its feet or its face, you know? That'd be a rare
dope
fucking
cat.
cat, dude.
That's a cat you got to breed. Calico kittens, baby.
Yeah, but does a pattern, dude? Calico fucking cat patterns don't do
I have a
that.
calico beard.
You'd need to like.
So do you, in a way.
You'd need to clone that cat. Your beard and my beard are not the same. We are two different animals. And one calico cat and another calico cat, they got
They're
different.
not going to make calico cats.
The
The
even-
odds that they're going to be calico are better than if not. That's why they breed things together.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's like, look,
maybe.
you got a Great Dane and a Chihuahua.
Mhm.
You want a mini Dane,
Mhm.
you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose.
What kind of dog would that look like? That'd be a weird looking motherfucking dog, dude.
What kind of dog?
Because it's
I
so
missed it.
separated, like a Chihuahua, Great Dane,
A Chihuahua and a Great Dane.
a Dawa, or what would you call it? A Chi-Dane, Chow Dane, Dane, Jane, Dane Wawa.
So is this thing gonna be like giant or is it gonna be tiny?
I don't know. You got like a real small dog.
It
and a real
depends
big
on which
dog.
one is the mother, right?
I mean, I'd imagine you'd want the Great Dane to be the mom.
So let's first imagine a giant Chihuahua.
I mean,
It seems pretty vicious. It's like a Doberman Pinscher.
dude, no, worse. Dude,
'Cause it's
Chihuahuas have the
slender
worst
and-
attitudes, man.
Yeah, but if you imagine a giant one,
The
like-
Great Dane's all dumb and shit. And then you got the Chihuahua, like, fucking.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why, man. They're monsters.
They're little ferocious motherfuckers. I would never want to see a fucking giant chihuahua. You know what that thing would be called? A hyena.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way. You know, there's no chihuahua I haven't met that I haven't befriended, though.
Yeah, I mean, dogs are dogs, but the smaller ones always want to
Even the
bark
vicious
louder.
ones.
Look, you've met Mastiffs and Great Danes. You've met all kinds of large dogs, right?
Yeah.
And the larger the dog, like they're gentle giants, right? Are they not?
That's not always the case.
It's not always true. Some people
They're usually
have
a little-
some
they're
wild
usually- I
fucking
mean,
Mastiffs.
They are slower.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just you can see them coming.
Mm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that a lot of times because they're so big,
Yeah.
a lot of times what people will do is they'll give up on the training because it's harder to train a bigger dog because they're big. You can't just like, you know,
You can't just jerk them around with
right? Because
the
you
leash.
pulling on them,
Mhm.
they're like, yeah, sweet. You know, it's not like yanking a chihuahua. You damn near fling that thing back at you like a yo-yo. Like, fucking,
Nah, yeah, but
get
you
over here.
you do it to a
Do it to
big old Mastiff.
Ah,
They're just
Stop.
like, what?
stop, you
it.
know?
Yeah.
They're just like, just going to keep going.
They're like, it's like if you were pulling on a tree with a
That's-
tow rope.
Well, that's why I'm a huge believer
Mm.
in, like, you know, training early.
Yeah.
Starting training
Yeah,
early.
well, you know, sometimes you got to rescue a dog, and then it's
Yeah, I mean, but then that dog's got to be like, you know, just 14, 12. I'll rescue a 12-year-old dog, man, give it a good little life, 10 years old,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're just kind of letting the dog, as long as he's housebroke or she's housebroke, and they're not, like, aggressive.
Letting it live out its retirement.
Yeah,
in
man,
peace,
just
you
giving
know?
it a nice place to
Yeah.
stay. It could hang out
Yeah.
with me.
Like winning the lottery, really, for
Yeah.
any.
Be outside every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Go swimming if you want.
Oh, and they respect the shit out of you, knowing where they came from. This motherfucker saved my life.
Yep. Best years I've had.
I was eating squirrels. Now I'm eating dried biscuit bites.
Well, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I should look into that.
Like just finding a random dog that needs to be taken care of.
No, like seriously, like, because I want to get a dog.
Yeah.
You know, a
Mhm.
companion.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I don't think it's the right time for you, man. Not with the trailer, man. Look at
But that's why I'm saying an old dog that's
Yeah.
just like cool chilling. You
yeah,
know,
dogs. Yeah, like he's
'Cause
okay
he's
outside.
already had his day.
Something
you know?
like a fluffy dog that's cool in the cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not talking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I wanted to get an Australian Shepherd.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, because I'd be outside with him every day.
Yeah.
You know, anyway.
Look at all this room to run right here, too, man.
Yeah,
Sammy's got it made.
Who?
Sammy. What kind of dog is
yeah,
Sammy?
Sammy is a miniature Australian Shepherd.
A miniature Australian Shepherd. What a sweet dog, man.
Yep.
Yep. Real furry, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's real furry.
It's a lot of hair. It kind of gets greasy.
You should see when he slicks it back. He goes down
yeah,
to the
dude.
diner.
He's
He's like, "Hey, woman, get me a nice steak."
no, it's
No,
just
Sammy's
it's
a nice
thick.
dog.
Yeah, he's
not
great.
a misogynist, you know.
He would be if he could
you
be
think
though.
so?
I know so, man.
Yeah.
Every dog has his day.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
that escalated quickly.
Doggy Dangerfield. Do you remember this movie?
I mean, it's no masturbating with aquatic animals, but
Yeah.
and on that note, so anyway, the original question was, I've been here for like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
How am I finding it?
Yeah. What do you think about this area, this quadrant? I'd say we're close to Tennessee, Georgia,
Yep,
North Carolina,
we're in North Carolina.
and I feel like we're close to one or two more borders.
Dude, we are actually.
South Carolina,
Yeah.
It's not too far away.
So you've got Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, and Tennessee.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like fucking 5 states, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. They're all probably within like 2-3 hours of each other.
Mm-hmm.
The states, like
Yeah.
for like a major city, you know.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by Chattanooga, got Knoxville,
Atlanta.
got Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what the Bama one is, but
Mm-hmm.
those are all within an hour and a half, 2 hours
Yeah.
from where we're at. We're in like the epicenter, really.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm actually finding it. You know, the winters aren't as bad, but like we said, you know, it's cold when it rains here. But for the most part, this is. If I had the perfect world, and comment below if you know of a place, because I would love to check it out. In a perfect world, it would be this: woods, some mountains if you want them, some nice streams and rivers and whatnot. But the winter, it doesn't get like below 40 degrees.
Yeah, man. You gotta.
But I don't know where to go for that.
I don't know if that even exists.
I don't think it
man.
does, man. But there's
That's-
got to be that sweet spot, man. Like, you know, like it's got to
Nah,
be a
man.
small little town, like in one of these areas where we're at,
Look.
man. That's just like,
I'll tell you what. If it was anywhere, it'd be somewhere by California,
probably.
like North Cal. No, because it gets cold in North California, but like maybe Texas for sure. Somewhere in Texas, there's gonna be
Maybe Bama.
lakes. There's gonna be streams.
Maybe Alabama, man.
Maybe you got to go as far as Mexico. Do something like a bank heist before you go. You know.
I don't condone, nor will I ever be doing any of that. Nope, not gonna do nothing like that. But
My
I mean,
I
and
knew a
you know
person-
what? Hold on, and let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that was my plan. Well, not any fucking more, dude. You
Why
just
not?
told the world.
No, everybody thinks about doing it. Hey, look at what this isn't Future Cop or whatever that.
Minority Report.
Yeah,
We're getting arrested. Oh shit.
the thought police
No,
are gonna
Tom
catch
Cruise,
you.
Please.
You said on this day you thought about robbing a bank and going to Mexico. Well, you went to Mexico, so we know you must have robbed a bank. We put two and two together. Like, no, motherfucker. It's not how that works. We got 21 banks that have been robbed,
And
and you just happen to be in Mexico.
Oh no.
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
You know, there's certain things. Remember growing up, we were always told that you couldn't say or you shouldn't say anything like the word bomb and the word president in the same sentence. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was told never to
I
do
sat
that.
at an airplane
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
Well, I
different.
was also told you can't say the word assassinate
yes.
and then use the word president
Yeah. At all. Like
with like
you would be wiretapped.
you can't say a president. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
Or can you? I don't know. I'm not a linguistic lawyer.
And I tell you what, if they really want us to know this, they should set. Remember in school, they would every year you would go to the assembly hall and they would hand every new student a fucking rules and guidelines book, right? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got this whole mail system, and every household should have
all the time. You know?
every year, every household should get a new Sears catalog full of all the laws and legislations for you to know. You know?
No.
Yes.
No.
As an American, the duty of the American
saying-
government should be to let you know what your rights are, because they say like ignorance is no excuse for the law is what they say, right? But let's say you're from Texas. Let's say it's before phones, right?
Mhm.
Even though we have phones. Let's say you're a fucking Mormon, all right?
Mormons have phones. Amish.
So yeah, let's say you're troglodyte. I don't whatever they're called.
Wait. All right.
Mennonites. All right. So you're a Mennonite. You can't use technology.
Mennonite. Amish cannot use technology. Mennonites can use technology.
You know what? They can go to the courthouse.
So
They can.
a people that don't use technology.
The point is that if you're some back alley hillbilly up in the middle of the mountains, okay, and you got no access outside,
got the Bill of Rights.
We've driven through it. We've driven through these hills, and you've seen houses in the middle of fucking nowhere that have been there for hundreds of years. And so you got to think in
Just
1900,
moss
in
and
1860, right?
Mhm.
These people were living there with no contact of the outside world. All right, so you're gonna grow up in that, and you never go to school. You know your pops is making moonshine, and he goes to the town, and you're just a fucking kid, never goes nowhere. How are you supposed to know that
your
you're not
rights.
supposed to kill your sister? Your dad's got to
Fornicate
be
in
the one to
public.
tell you that, you know.
You can't whip your tallywhacker out
No.
just anywhere, son. You got to piss in this hole.
Yeah. If you're from out of town, you come to the city, you're like, hey, I need
It's a whole
to take
different set of rules.
I need to take a piss. So you take a piss in a set of bushes,
Check this
and then
out.
some Karen calls the cops, and
How do
then
you feel about this?
you're going to jail.
Just as like people that live in the middle of nowhere have to go and abide by the city folk rules, there should be two sets of rules, man. You're out in the country.
What?
You're out in the country. You don't got to follow the same rules as you do in the city.
I mean,
Peeing in public is legal.
well, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure the rules do differ county to county.
Nah, man.
Yeah, you got city ordinances. City ordinances are
God, see, this is why our government, our particular style of government, has worked for so long, because it's so hard for it to be penetrated on the federal level to the county level. Like, there's so much separation in between that. That's why it's lasted so long, and it's just now, you know, we're starting to see the corruption everywhere, you know, the power everywhere. But that was the beauty of, I don't know, I dig it.
yeah.
America, really.
So people,
So the city people are forcing their ways on the country people. Basically, is the way
it's,
it's going.
It's been that for a long time.
for a long time, since the days of kings and queens.
Yeah, it was probably, from what I remember
you
hearing,
think you're farming on this
Yeah.
land? Oh, this is my land,
the Civil
and
War.
you got to
every
give me
war.
some of your grains.
Yeah,
You know, that's what I want.
a little bit of blackmail, extortion. That's what it is.
Yeah,
People have been extorting
Extorting
people
people.
for a long time.
from day one.
Mm.
What's the difference between extortion and, you know, trading for goods and services? I mean,
Well,
if you don't give us some of your grain, we're not going to protect you.
I gotta say, I'm thankful for the way most things have turned out. You
Yeah,
know,
in
in this
general.
life.
Yeah.
Like, look, we hear about bad things all the time.
All the
you know,
time.
terrible things are happening. I gotta say, man, I'm fucking thankful it ain't me, man. We could have been born, raised, living in Turkey, Syria, fucking Ukraine,
Dude, Bosnia,
yep, Pakistan,
Afghanistan, dude,
India.
anywhere that there's been war.
China, Korea. Fuck, man.
No thanks.
No.
Blessed.
And while it's like, you know, it's tough sometimes to make your way through this life, it's not really. You know?
Especially, honestly, I mean, you see cases on every side of every people that live here in America.
Mhm.
Some people have been incestually raped and thrown in the trash and raised in orphanages and continuously mentally abused, and then
Right.
but then those people make something of themselves, or they don't, and they end up being
Yeah.
a statistic or being a whatever, right? But my point is that because you're born here
Mhm.
and not in a war-torn fucking country or any one of the guerrilla warfare states and or countries in Africa,
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit, they've been at war the whole time.
Yeah,
But
man.
anyway, the point is that life, you still have individual choices you can make here in America. If you were born somewhere else,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to make it, number one.
Mhm.
Number two, you're on a more of a primal fight or flight level.
And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of places out there aside from the United States that you can
that are
live in
privileged
and
as well.
peaceful
Anywhere really
and
in the
harmony.
Western world, for the most part.
Right.
For the most
right.
part. I mean,
And-
India is part of the Western world, but
Even some places in South America where there's just like a harmonious,
yeah,
native
right. And there's places like that too. But
community.
I guess my point was that there's just there's opportunity here, and there happens to be like more opportunity here
Mm-hmm.
than anywhere else.
I had a friend.
Otherwise, people wouldn't be trying to come here
Mhm.
by the millions.
Right. I had
You
a
know?
friend who came here from Ethiopia, and we were talking about we were going down the road, and he was telling me that he thought it was so amazing how efficient and structured the road construction of the light rail was. Back
Yeah,
wherever he was from in Ethiopia, like there would not have been that much
streetcar named
coordination,
Desire type
like structure, just leadership, like all that went into the way that we do construction. Our construction crews, like they're
Yeah.
on it, and it's probably because the government was doing the roads where he was from, like actually doing the hiring, whereas like here you got to bid for the job and then you got to be good at it
Right.
in order to build for the city. They don't have like people on standby for that, for building big projects like that.
I will say though, at the county level
Mm-hmm.
and at even the state level,
Mm-hmm.
you give those contracts out to,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
you go with, but I'm saying at the state level, it's a little more difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying at the county level,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh yeah, well, if we can't patch the road, we'll hire Jim's crew,
Look, in life, it's not fucking. It's all about who you know. So
Greasing them palms,
So
lickety
even if
splat.
it's not your family member or it's not, a close friend of yours, maybe you met this person at a place and he was like, "Oh man, I really love what you do." You had a nice conversation with them over at a
Exchanged the
cocktail
card,
party or something,
you
and
know?
you're like, "Oh, we should totally hang out." Next time you're thinking like, "Oh, we need somebody to do this." You know what? I remember that Jim from the party. He said he does this. He was a pretty cool guy. You know what? I'm going to give him a call. I think a lot more of it happens than it is like, like
Mafia style.
they're not going through the fucking yellow pages. It's like they're
No, they're
going to
not
call the first person they know
Right.
that
That's what I
does
mean.
that sort of thing.
So even if that person, so basically, if you can sell yourself,
Mhm.
that's really all life is, selling
Right.
yourself.
Yeah. So.
What do you want people to buy?
Mhm.
What image are you trying to portray?
Mhm.
What are you? Who is Jesse?
Mhm.
Who, you know what I mean? Who is Savage? Who is Sammy? We're all just salesmen. Some are better than others.
I mean, if you need to be, I don't know if you need to be a salesman in life. It depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
You
You just want to chill, if you're introverted, you're less of a salesman, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you don't want to meet people, well,
Then just listen to podcasts and
Yeah,
just,
it's-
live your life vicariously through other people.
that's how I do it. I don't know about you.
I mean,
You watch a lot of videos?
I watch a lot of videos.
I do too. I love YouTube.
Yeah.
I watch YouTube for like
Monetize us, baby.
a couple of hours or something like that. I just look, man. I like Google. Period. I
Yeah.
like what they're doing. They've provided me with the best apps I've ever had for a phone, I think.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd
Mhm.
agree. So I've enjoyed my time here.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed the woods. I've enjoyed the mountain air.
Mm-hmm.
It does look really cool when it is a sunny day or clear day
Yeah.
and the mist is rising over the top of you catch what I'm talking about is that perfect moment where you just catch the little wisps coming off like tendrils from the forest,
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like the last of the mist is kind of like,
Yeah.
and it looks really cool. And there's some really cool areas here. The Nantahala, very awesome.
Yep, Cherokee Forest.
Yep, went to the Cherokee National Forest.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a hell of a lot more adventuring here coming up the end of February for sure.
Yep, yep.
And get out there, see some waterfalls, and go on some hikes. Get some footage of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I went for that motorcycle ride today, and that was pretty nice. You know, a lot of windy roads. If you're into riding motorcycle and whatnot, it's like it's dangerous, man. It depends on the bike you got. You're riding a Ninja, you're riding a crotch rocket.
You're good.
You'll probably be fine. But
Yeah.
you know, I always worry about sand on the street when you're hitting them curves.
Yeah.
You're going uphill, you're going downhill.
Yeah.
Uphill's fine. Going downhill though, man, you're going around a curve downhill. You might have a little too much momentum. You might veer over into the other lane a little bit. Hopefully, nobody's next to you or flying past you.
So are you saying that happened today?
Yeah, that happened to me.
Oh, shit.
Definitely had that happen today.
He got it on video.
Yeah.
We're going to have to pull that up.
You learn
for
from
sure.
your experiences, and now I know not to go too fast down that hill.
Just wide,
You know,
right or left?
Test
Were you
your
ta-
limits.
Imagine you were going right, leaning right.
Yeah, I was leaning right.
Yeah.
I did know I was mostly safe when I was doing it, you know, but I am fortunate that fucker in the car wasn't like punching it, hitting the gas. He was observant enough to see me and go,
Yeah.
"Oh shit,
This guy's having some trouble.
yeah, man, back
Well,
up."
I'm
up.
glad you made it.
He's trying to die.
I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah, man, me too.
So all in
Me
all,
too.
though, it was a good situation for you.
Yeah, you know, it's
How does it feel
it's a
to
good
ride
time
a
of
bike?
year.
For the people who don't even know what a motorcycle is, man, like how does it feel to have the open wind and the open road? What is
Well,
that? Is it
Well, if you take riding like a bicycle, you know,
an amplify it?
amplify it by like the speed of going down the fastest hill you ever. No, having power behind it is a whole different feeling, you know? Like you know when you're on a bicycle and you're like doing a wheelie, you
Yeah.
know? You really fucking
Just getting it.
getting that front end up in the air. Well, that power, that thrust that you got to use in order to get the nose up,
Mhm.
that's like the power that you feel behind the motorcycle times 1,000. No, with the throttle though.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's,
That pushback.
yeah, that back wheel gets turned real hard. And either way, the what do you call that? The thrust of it, the G forces of it as you're taking off.
Does it
Anytime
tickle
you're
your
in,
innards?
dude, I tell you what, it kicks you in the nuts sometimes.
Ooh.
If you call that a tickle to the innards.
Well, you just hang low, so you gotta.
Look, the wind sometimes, right? Dude, the wind be just smacking.
You gotta.
A gust of wind
Are
will
you-
come. No, dude.
Do you not wear boxer briefs,
Yeah,
man?
no,
You gotta wear boxer briefs.
no.
man.
I wear
No wonder your
G-strings.
nuts are so loose.
I got one hanging out each side of a G-string.
Flapping around. He's like wearing shorts. Excuse me, sir, but your balls are showing. Your balls, I can see them.
No.
You know, that's how he picks up chicks. Just fucking with the 70s basketball shorts.
Usually I pick up chicks and throw them.
What?
You know, but occasionally.
You let one see your nuts. I don't understand.
Let them. Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't force. That's not my thing.
No, it's got to be consensual.
Yeah, man.
You don't want to be a weirdo,
No.
you know?
There's a magical art to making somebody fall in love with you, or at least, you know, for the night.
And one of the ways is consensual nut gazing. It's
I've never tried that. I don't think I would. Look, I'm not that brazen.
like What would you say? Be like,
let me
it's
you,
a beautiful night.
would you like to look at my nuts? Oh, hey, maybe it would work. It sounds like it. I just hit it off with you.
It's a beautiful evening. Would you like to gaze upon my testicle?
No, that's creepy. Just keep it simple.
They're shining like the moon.
That sounds like what's that? Third Rock from the Sun or Big Bang Theory. Sounds like something those aliens would say.
Yeah.
Would you? Those nerds. Would you like to gaze upon my testicles?
All right. So how does it feel?
Riding a motorcycle?
Riding a motorcycle. Nuts slapping in the wind. How else does it feel? Like what is the feeling? I'm not like talking about I guess we want to talk about the wind but the feeling, the Jeep, but how does it make you feel? Not what you're feeling.
It's fun when you're like leaning into a turn and hitting the accelerator and just.
Except for when you fucking go a little too.
Yeah, but you just got to know when. Like you've played lots of racing games, right?
I've raced my bike down the.
All right. Well, a lot of times in those courses you're going downhill, and that's when you fuck up the most because it takes a tight turn around a downhill. And that's just what happened today. But on a flat or like going uphill around a curve, or,
like a spaghetti noodle,
like maybe not that steep. Like it's
like
nice,
a wavy pasta.
Yeah,
like
curves and
hi, Sam.
Dips and valleys. They're all fun, But straightaways get a little tedious. Sometimes I'll take the side highways instead of like the main highways, just because it's like you don't want to have cars passing you and whatnot. You just want your own lane and
you want to chill, have a good time
in like a little tree valley. In Minnesota, when you're on the county highways, it's like you're in your own tree corridor. And there's a couple other cars. Yeah. But and it's probably like that down in the south too. Cornfields, maybe. You got a cornfield corridor. But either way, so you're I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend motorcycle riding because when you're going fast, the wind's all in your face, which is fine. Until a bug hits you.
Yeah.
And look, if you're an adrenaline junkie, hey, more power to you. If you like the thrill and excitement of adrenaline, you think adrenaline is great, then hey, it's probably for you. But sometimes it's not good to be nervous the whole time. And
But if you're a nervous person and you're going to be nervous the whole time, you shouldn't drive a bike.
Well, here's there's
you shouldn't ride a motorcycle.
There's a lot more to worry about when you're on a bike than there is just
you have to be more
cruising in a car.
Aware.
Right, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, I call it nervous, but it's like you have to do a lot more.
I understand what you're saying. So you're saying is
like if you were flying a plane.
No, I know exactly what you're saying, dude. Like it's simple. If you are confident and you are a type of person that is aware and you can pay attention to your surroundings, then you could ride a motorcycle. But if you are a nervous type person and you don't really pay attention to what you're doing, then you should not be driving a motorcycle or any other vehicle.
Yeah, you have to be able to just tune into what you're doing.
Right.
Cut out your other thoughts. And I think that's why a lot of people do it too, is because it's it's so involved. The process is so involved. You don't have much room and capacity to be thinking about anything else.
Yep.
I mean, if you're the kind of person that thinks visually,
straightaways, but
like me, I think visually, right? Mm-hmm. So I imagine things like a transparent movie screen, right? Mm-hmm. In a way.
Okay. I don't understand.
Like a
transparent movie screen.
Yeah, like
you imagine things in a transparent. You have to expand on that. I have no idea what that means.
So I'm looking at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say what you see, that's your screen. Okay.
Okay.
Now, overlay an image with an opacity of just like 10%.
It sounds like I'm going blind.
But it's just an imaginary. It's like, it doesn't block your vision at all. But it's almost like it's a separate screen, though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I can picture many things at one time.
Yes, so can I. But
they're not like opaque images over the top of you. You know what I mean? Like I could look at him behind me. I can see the image behind me.
I guess
like it's anywhere.
No matter, it's in your imagination. So yeah, it can be. It can
but
be anywhere. Sure, you can have.
You're saying yours is
sure,
like a movie
it can
screen,
be anywhere, right? It's 360. No, I don't get blinded.
I'm lost in thought.
I'm just trying to explain it because some people
okay.
don't have the ability to see an image when they think of things, right? But
right.
you can see an image.
Yeah, I mean everybody can see an image.
No,
right?
not everybody can.
Come on.
Nope.
What does an apple look like? You can't picture an apple.
No,
in your
they
head?
can't. It's a small percentage of people.
Well,
but they, you know what else they can't do is they can't have like an oral memory. Like, can you? Oh, it's not visualize, but can you imagine the sound of the voice of your father?
yes.
Okay, you can hear that. You could, if you wanted to, you could create dialogue in his voice and hear it in your head if you wanted to.
Yes.
Okay, right. I can do that, and not everybody can do that either. That's part of the same thing. Oh, dude, I think it's a huge upset, man. That's
how are you ever gonna put yourself in somebody else's shoes, dude?
If you can't,
if you can't understand that.
well, they do it in a different way, kind of like how blind people have to read Braille.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a different method to their madness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So riding a motorcycle is like imagining two things at one time, and not a lot of people can do it. But the point is that if you are a person that can do that, you should ride a motorcycle. If you're not, don't ride one, right? And then how does it make like do you have joy when you ride a motorcycle? Like, we're getting into like super
I
detail,
have
but
moments.
like,
I have
mean,
moments
or
where
are you
I
more nervous all
feel.
the time. I mean, I feel like.
Look, I talk about my Volkswagen Golf a lot because that was a real tight turning car, right? And I like the ability to make fast turns.
Okay.
And you can't do that on a motorcycle like mine. I got a big heavy motorcycle, and so making tight fucking corners at high speeds is not a thing that I can do on the motorcycle. I roll and lean, but again, if I hit a patch of sand, I'm fucked. When you got four wheels, you can take them corners fast
but I mean, there's
and
guys
hard.
that are taking those corners tight on bikes, so you know.
Sure, I mean, even faster than I do, even on bikes this big. But that's one. Like, I'm not that big of an adrenaline junkie.
Right.
I worry about my safety a little bit more. And in my Volkswagen, I had like 21 airbags, and fucking the whole thing was just tiny, built like a little roll cage.
Period. You know, I mean.
Well, that's the thing. I got more of a rush driving curves and corners and the kind of roads that are out here, the tight, windy fucking hills. I would have way rather had a V6 turbo fucking Volkswagen for these things than a motorcycle, because I'd have my windows down, I'd have my music up, dude. I'd be running down the highway.
Yeah, the corners are like probably really tight here for a bike, for a bagger. Yeah, like you got. So, but you like it for the most part.
So listen, when you're in a car, right? When you're on the motorcycle, it's illegal to put headphones in or have music. You know, a lot of people do it anyway, but I wouldn't do that because I don't like snowboarding with headphones in, and I don't like being on a motorcycle with headphones in. I want to hear what's around me, you know. And even though a lot of it is wind the whole time, it's nice in a car that you can have music, because on the motorcycle, dude, I'm doing my own soundtrack, that oral memory thing, where I'm playing songs that I know in my head. I don't know all the lyrics though, and then they get trapped in my head. I can't get to the next part.
He's on
Yeah.
skip.
Yeah, I'm repeating the same 10 seconds of a song for like 5 minutes. I'm like, this song is way too long, man. Somebody hit the skip button. I'll try and skip to a next song, and within 30 seconds, I'm back to that damn 5-minute song.
Yep.
Running down the highway.
That's all he knows.
Yeah, it's like there's like a couple of songs that enter my heart when I'm riding a motorcycle and I'm feeling
so
good.
What is Riding
And
Down
one
the
of them,
Highway?
yeah,
Born to be Wild.
Born to be
And
Wild.
what's the other one?
Oh, it's a good one. It's dude, I
Steppenwolf, I think does the Born to be Wild.
it's probably Steppenwolf that does that. Yeah. Dude, it's. Come on, not the one where he's like, I want to play some funky Dixieland, but it's a song like that.
I want to bring them Dixieland,
No,
pretty mama, come and take me.
No, it's
by
not that song.
by
It's
the
not
hand,
like that,
take
but
me
it's a
by the
popular
hand.
song.
All right.
Fuck, man, I had it today too. I was like, what is the name of that song? I know it. I hear it all the time when
We
I'm
got
riding
a
the motorcycle.
Chopper coming through.
Mm-hmm. They dust in crop fields.
Yeah, I don't know about
Something
that.
like
But they're probably airlifting somebody, or
Yeah, it's more of an emergency situation.
it's pretty loud. But
yeah, man, I gotta go, man. I gotta go figure out what song this was. It's gonna fucking rattle my brain,
All
and then
right.
I gotta find it, put it on a playlist, and I'll let you know all the songs that come to mind when I'm driving the motorcycle, and that'll explain to you how it feels to ride a motorcycle. Like having the
just play-
soundtrack,
you know
the
what?
playlist.
You got the recording
Yeah.
of your motorcycle
Yep,
ride.
I'll
So
put
just
I'll put the
Play the
playlist
guitar
to that.
to that, but only
Yeah.
play what you remember.
Yeah.
Like, so we're in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
And you'll know exactly what it's like
yes.
to ride with Jesse.
Well, I think it'd be a good gauge for people to know, like, oh, this is the kind of feel. Like,
This is what we're looking for.
you know, a song has a feeling. Remember,
Mhm.
people used to make mixtapes, right? You'd give a girl a mixtape. And it was
love
like,
you, babe.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It have a bunch of love songs. In
Dude,
it,
you know how many times, like, I don't know about you,
Hmm.
but for myself, I was in love so many times
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Probably like.
elementary school or high school,
Oh.
actually.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just every relationship was like serious.
Mm.
It was a serious relationship,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know. But Mixtape City, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and even other kind of mixtapes like road trips to the casino.
Yeah.
You lived right there.
Yep.
You didn't take a road
Yeah,
trip
it-
to the casino.
Well, we went to Mystic, could be a road trip, or
Yeah,
Hinkley,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I suppose a couple hours, but
I think
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go figure out that song, man. What are you gonna do?
Probably make a pizza, a little frozen pizza.
Mm.
Back up from the Eden here, and we did some things. So I'll probably do that and call it a night, man. Look forward to that motorcycle video.
Mm.
You know, we do appreciate every single one of our followers and our newcomers as well. This is Savage Man Adventures. Please like, subscribe, share if you care to dare, or don't. You know, it's on you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you. Nice talking with you, Jesse.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
Later.